Okay, just a simple recap on how you use the present tense in French. Present tense is really used to describe things that are happening now or things that are ongoing. So in English you might say, I play tennis, or I'm playing tennis, or normally I play tennis, or on Sundays I play tennis. Those are things that you do quite regularly, and those are also for present tense. How do we form it? In French we have three sorts of verbs. They either end in er, ir, or re. Quite a lot of them end in er. So we've got porter, to wear. Now in English, these are all called infinitives. In English, they start with to. In French, they either end er, finir, ir, to finish, or re, vendre, to sell. So in each case, we start with the infinitive. Okay. And when you have a list of verbs, they always go in this order: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, plural, and they, and the they form. So for an er verb, what we do is take the er verb. So if we had porter, for example, we'd take the er off, and then we'd add these endings. So if we're doing I, we'd put an E on the end. Tu, je, something. If it's a you form, tu, we put es on the end. Il, elle, non, put an E on the end. Nous, we form, O and S on the end. Vous, you plural form, EZ on the end. And il and elle, E and T on the end. Okay? So go I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. So if I had trouver, for example, which is defined, I want to say I find. So I take my trouver. I can't just use trouver because that means to find. I take the er off, put je at the beginning, and then I know when it's the je form, I always put an e on the end, so it becomes je trouve, I find. Okay, so that's the er verbs. The next couple of the other verbs, so if you want to stop there, just go through this bit only for the moment, and then you can pause or watch this at a later stage. So we've got er verbs, again, same order: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. And this time, instead of moving the er, we take the er off, and then we add these endings: is, it, ils sont, ici, and is. Right? So if I've got finir, for example, which is to finish, not to find, I've got to find there, to finish. So I want to say I finish. And I've got my verb finir, so I can't just say to finish. I need to change it into the I form. So I take the ir off, add is, and put je at the beginning: je finis, I finish. That's ir verbs. And re verbs, again, we take the re off, and then we add these endings. So for the je form, the I form, I just add s. The you form, too, I just add s. Il, elle, non, don't do anything. So you take the re off, don't add anything at all. Nous, the we form, we add o and s on the end. Vous, we add ez on the end. And il and elle, the they form, ent. I should note that ent is not pronounced. The t at the end of this is not pronounced. Okay. So vendre, to sell. I want to say I sell. So I've got vendre there. I take the er off, and I know when it's the I form, I put s on the end. So je vends, I sell. If it was they sell, we'd have ils vendent, ils vendent. Can you see that? Hear that? There's no T mentioned. Ils vendent. Okay, so those are the main verb forms, er, ir, and re. But there are some irregulars, and you just learn them as you go through. There's quite a few, but these are some ones that might be really useful to start with. So faire, which is to do or to make, you go je fais, tu fais, il, elle, on fait, nous faisons, vous faites, ils, elles font. Okay, remember in the same order: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. Aller, to go: je vais, tu vas, il, elle, on va, nous allons, vous allez, ils ou elles vont. Okay. Être, to be: je suis, tu es, il, elle, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. Remember in the same order: I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you plural are, and they are. Avoir, j'ai, tu as, il, elle, on a, nous avons, vous avez, il, elles ont. Vouloir, to want: je veux, tu veux, il, elle, on veut, nous voulons, vous voulez, il, elles veulent. Remember again, don't pronounce that T on the end. And then pouvoir, which is similar to this vouloir, which is to be able to or can: je peux, I can, tu peux, il, elle, on peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils, elles peuvent. Again, don't need to pronounce a T at the end. Okay. Rewind it back, have another look if you're not sure.